There we go. That's what we want. And it's share screen. Oh no. Do I have the EPOS? The EPOS? I've got EPOS. Oh no. Mm-hmm. I'll eat a green bean, maybe that'll help. Mm. EPOS means hiccups in Spanish. You know English. Well, I mean, kinda.
No.
Or maybe. Yeah. Maybe I could prove it. I've got you on video, girl.
You can't tell that to me. That's not, you can't even see my face.
Oh yeah, Ken, you got little cat ears on and everything. Oh yeah, I got
I'm
you.
saying the video.
Yeah, in the video, yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, you're in the video.
It's mass losing.
Mm-hmm. It's a deep fake.
Yeah. AI can do crazy stuff now.
Crazy stuff, yeah. Okay, okay. I gotta get my notes. I got lots of notes. Oh my God. Gonna fill up my notebook. I actually bind and make all of my notebooks. I took a bookbinding class. It was wonderful. It was very fun. I highly encourage it. Okay, let me move my green beans and my ranch and put my notes down. Okay. So we're just gonna pick up from where we left off last time. Last time we were working in an InDesign document in kind of like the long form, and I was showing you how to manage text and like how text flows from one frame to the other. I'm just gonna go over more text options today. Let me go into InDesign. I need to open something mysterious. We're in okay, so this is obviously an InDesign document, and we have this text frame right here that I might want to manipulate. Okay, so remember, you can always hit W to view your work without all of the guides and stuff.
The shift W full screen.
Okay, so well,
Just don't do control W for the love of God.
no, don't do don't do that. Hopefully it will give you the option to save, but so in this case, the text is very close to the sides here, which is not, yeah, it's not ideal. It's a little bit squished. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're going for. I don't know. In my case, I like a little bit of padding. That's more of a web term. I teach web design. Padding is the space. You know, if you have an element, an object, there's margin is a space on the outside and padding is a space on the inside. But in this case, I'm going to turn W back on. Wait, no? Yes, okay.
And we're going to explore the text frame options panel. So I'm going to go object. I'm going to go down to text frame options. And there's a lot you can do here. Okay, I can add columns. The first thing I wanted to do is this, what I would call padding in web design, they call inset spacing. Okay. And it's got this link icon in the middle. So it means that whatever I add to one field is going, I'm going to click on preview so I can actually see what's going on, is going to get added to all of them. You might want that, you might not. So I put it at 9 point, and now I have some nice space between the, wait, why can't I move this? Oh, just, all right, fine. Of some nice space between the text and it's the edge of the frame that it's in. And also here I have the option of playing with the vertical justification. So horizontal justification is when your text is either flush left, flush right, center, justified, something like that. But here in the text frame options, we can play with a vertical justification. So right now it's at the top. Let's see what happens if I hit bottom. Okay, now it pushes everything down to, I just want to make a point that all the text that is available is shown, because this little square, remember we went over text flowing from one place to another, does not have a plus in it. So there is no overrun text. So everything is being pushed to the bottom. I can say center, and that centers it. I can also say, this is an interesting one, justify. And now that kind of messes with, you may or may not want this, but that kind of messes with the space in between the lines of text. So now they're a little bit drawn out. The official term for that is leading. Okay, so the amount of space between lines of text is called leading. And it's called that because back in the day, they would actually take slivers of lead and place them in between, you know, when they were setting type by hand, like actual physical pieces and letters and words and stuff, to actually put slices of lead in between the spaces. So it's called leading. In this case, I think I'm just gonna go with center. Let's go for center. And then I'm gonna eat another green bean. Okay. All right. Yummy. Yummy. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That one wasn't very good. Okay. No, a little rough. Okay. So that's one introduction to the type options menu. But let's go up a page I mean, a spread, remember, two facing pages together are known as a spread. And let's look at this, this text frame right here. Okay, and this is something you really, I mean, especially in web design, I mean, I struggle with this with students in web design. It's like, your line length, okay, that's a really long line of text. You know, it's hard for the eye to get to the last one and then find its way back to the next line. Your rule of thumb is somewhere between 60 and 90 characters, and that includes spaces and punctuation. So if you want to sit there and, you know, count it out or maybe eyeball it, but this is a very long. So this is why we break up. I mean, this is a little bit better because it's got more leading. It's a little bit easier to find your way back to the next line. But really, columns are what's going to help out this layout. And we can do that. So I'm going to go again to object, text frame options. And in this case right here, columns, fixed number, and I'm going to make it 3. How did it get to 5? Geez, okay. No, 3. And it's giving me a gutter width of 10 points. Remember, 12 points to a pica, 6 picas to an inch. Okay, so that is less than 1/6 of an inch. And that's what it's giving me, and it's showing me the width of the columns right there. And that's not bad. I don't mind that so much. I have other options available to me. I can add a rule. So right here it says column rules. So a rule, we're not talking about rules in the sense of like you should do this and you should do that. A rule in layout is a line, like a really thin line that separates maybe one body of text from another body of text, or sometimes it's known as what do they call it in web design? It's like a thematic break of some sort. So maybe you have a chapter or a section of a chapter, and then you go into another section. A ruling. And back in the day, when I first started, if you wanted a rule line, you had to have this like really thin spool of tape that was mostly clear, but it had one really thin line, and you had to like lay that down on the page and then trim it, trim it just perfectly. You'll never have to do that. You'll never even see that. But you have to go back to the dark pages. But we can add a rule line in between our columns. So I'm going to say insert rule here. And a 1-point rule seems a little thick to me. I would do like a 0.25 rule
It sticks it right in the middle of that gutter, that 10-point gutter that we established. I hit OK, and then now I'm gonna hit W, and you can see that we have this rule there that is automatic, which is nice because it's not a graphic element that we created. You know, like we didn't grab the line tool and create a line it automatically. So if we have to resize this, the rule resizes on its own. So it's very handy in that way. And it doesn't have hands. And it doesn't have hands. Okay. I'm gonna open another doc. I think this is the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. Okay, we're gonna go. What did I want to do with this? Oh, right here. Okay, let's go back to this paragraph that I was doing. Let's talk for a second about special characters. So I don't know about you, but I don't automatically know off the top of my head what the keyboard shortcut is for creating a copyright sign. I don't remember.
I just Google it
But
and then copy and paste from Google.
and then copy and paste. You might run into problems with that though. But InDesign has some powerful tools that will handle these special characters for us. Okay. So let's say we wanted to add a little flourish to our text, like maybe at the end of a column or a story or something like that. We wanted some sort of ornament. Well, I mean, okay, first of all, let's talk about plain old special characters. So the name of this company is Hansel and Petal, right? So if we wanted to add, what did I say? A copyright symbol. We can go to type. We can go down to insert special characters. And there's lots of different categories. But if we go to symbols, some very commonly used ones come up automatically. And one of them is copyright symbol. So I add that, and it adds the copyright symbol just like that. Now, one thing I don't like about this, I'll zoom in, it's pretty big. Like copyright symbols are usually kind of like,
Small. Almost imperceivable.
it doesn't need to be that big. Okay. Doesn't need to be big. So I can select that. And if I go to my characters, okay, window, type character. There should be a choice for super and subscript, and I'm not seeing it. No, this is it right here. Right here. The A with the small a after it. So I can, no, that just moves it. Well, I mean, I can move it up and I can bring the font face down, but I think there's an easier way. to do this, but that worked. That will work. It's not what I actually meant to do, but it worked. Okay. So these are, but if you're using a well-designed typeface, okay, do you know the difference between typeface and font? There is a difference. Do you know? Okay. The typeface is basically the overall name of the typeface that you're using. So let's say you're using Helvetica. If you've worked with Helvetica before, you've probably noticed that there's so many different types, right? There's medium and thin and ultra thin and ultra bold and heavy and all of that. All of those are fonts. So they're members of a font family. So a typeface has a family of fonts. So that's the difference. Okay, now you can amaze your friends at cocktail parties. So if you're working with a really well-designed typeface, you might want to explore like what is built in. You know, a lot of our Adobe, especially like the Adobe Pro typefaces and things like that, they've got a lot of what we call glyphs. Okay, so glyph is, you might think of it as like a dingbat or something like that. It's like an ornamental character. A lot of really, you know, strong typefaces are going to have lots of glyphs for you to choose from. So we can take advantage of that. So let's say we had, you know, our style for this magazine here was to have some sort of ornamentation at the end of a section. We can add glyphs. So it's not treated as the same thing as like a special character like I was just showing you. It's called glyph. So I'm going to go type, and it's right here, like kind of at the top. Glyphs. Okay. So get this dialog box with like all of these different non-standard characters, like from different languages, and who knows what that is, an L with a dot in the middle. Like what is that? Latin capital letter F with middle dot. That's actually what it's called. Okay, I've never seen that used before. No idea what that's for. So there's lots of options here. And if we want, we can click on this. Is it here? Right here. No, that's oh, I'm gonna click here, right here. It says show. Right now it's showing the entire font. Look at all these options that come with this font. It's crazy. This is Montserrat, if you're curious. There should be an option for ornaments. Am I missing it? What's going on here? Old style figurines, Tyson. Small caps. Small caps is really great. Whenever a font comes with small caps, I'm so excited. Access all alternates. I want ornaments. Where is that option? Show ornaments. I looked this up earlier today and it said that I should be able to go to stylistic alternatives. Yeah, none of this is. The stylistic alternatives is pretty cool. Standard ligatures. Okay, no, those aren't even ligatures. What? Okay, a ligature is very good question. A ligature is like sometimes two letters tend to bump into each other. So like if you have a double F or an F and an L, they bump into each other and it can get a little clumsy. But a well-designed typeface will have a special character to deal with that situation. And there is a function in InDesign where you can say replace the ligatures and it will go through all your text and look for all your double Fs and your FIs and your FJs and your FLs and your whatever other combination of characters that can sometimes cause a problem. And a well-designed typeface will have characters designed to take care of that. It makes a huge difference. It really does. Like if you're any decent designer who's laying out like a magazine or a book or something is going to make sure that they choose a typeface that has a set of ligatures. You just have to. Right.
Also manual.
Well, you can manually do it, but that's a pain. Choosing symbols, I'm getting this. Where are my ornaments? Short glyphs, no. No. Symbols. Okay, I'm sorry, my heart, I don't know. When I researched this earlier today, the information I was shown showed me that there would be a ornament option. Standard ligatures, fractions, domination, math symbols, tabular figures. Okay, we're just going to have to move.
Is there a show drop down?
This is the show drop down menu.
Yeah, it says that.
This is the show drop down menu, so I can say entire font. Google's full of crap. Maybe this font just doesn't have any. Maybe if I change it to a different font, let me try that. Window type character. I'll change it to like Georgia. And now let's see if we get ornaments. No, wait, wrong one. Nothing. Huh. All right. Sorry, I failed you there. Symbols. All right. Well, you'll have to play around with this in your own personal projects. Do a little Googling and I'm confident that you will find. The other thing I want to point out here is, see where it says 2 to 12. Right here. Okay. In typesetting, there are 3 different types of dashes. What's being used here, and you really do want to pay attention to this, it really does make a difference. It's like one of those telltale signs between, a veteran designer and an amateur designer is that you use the right dashes. So this one's really short. This is what's just known as a hyphen. Okay, it's just a hyphen. But there are 2 other types of dashes. So we have a hyphen, like, that. And then we have an N dash. And then we have an M dash. N and M. And that's just a hyphen. Okay, in typesetting, in typography, N is based on the width of a capital letter N, and M is based on the width of a capital letter M. Okay, they have different purposes. A hyphen is something you use when you're just saying, combining 2 words together, right? Like in progress, or, I don't know, what else would you use a hyphen? I don't know. An N dash is used for a range of numbers. So 5 to 10 people attended this event, you want an N dash for that. That is the proper typesetting technique for that. An M dash is much longer, and it is known as it's kind of described as parenthetical. Okay, so you're writing a sentence, and then you just want to add one last little thought to the current sentence, but it's not a whole sentence. You can add an M dash or a long dash, and then whatever phrase or information you want to add at the end there. And you can find those in the special characters, dialog box, but I will share with you right now the shortcut, which I use all the time. I'm going to highlight this. If I want an N dash, which is what's appropriate here because it's a range of numbers, then to hold down Option or Alt for PC, and then hit the hyphen. See, it's slightly longer. Okay, if I Option Shift hyphen, now it's really long. Okay, that is not appropriate. No, we don't want that. We want that. We want that. So we have, but again, if you forget the short, you can always find it in the special characters menu. So,
And apparently it's the fonts that you chose just don't have them. The default. font
thought they
minion
did.
color.
Oh, that's what it was. I was supposed to switch to minion. Oh my God. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I didn't put it in my notes. That's why. Okay, so now I'm gonna go type glyphs. And then down here I can actually change the font to Minion Pro. And that's what I wanted. Thank you so much. And I still don't see it.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to place it.
Oh,
I just know
geez.
I just know where it is.
I still don't see it. Well, screw me. All right, fine. All right.
Click
What?
on the symbol that you want. Just keep on clicking until it appears. So it's double click on the symbol that you want in the glyph.
In the glyph, but I didn't see the symbol that I want.
Oh.
I wanted. First of all, this should be Minion Pro. And it just deleted that. Where are my ornaments? Damn it. All right. Well. All right. All right. All right. Not every class goes planned. Okay. All right. All right. Let's, okay, so we're still talking about text. So we do want to talk about spelling.
Oh,
Yes, we do.
wait.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's just turn on autocorrect or whatever.
Um,
There's a way to turn it on, I know.
yeah, well, there are different ways to handle spelling. All right. So as usual, you always want to pay attention to what frame, text box, whatever you have active at that moment. I think I need to hit W. Yeah, okay. And now I'm going to, I'm not going to highlight anything, but I'm going to go to edit, spelling, check spelling. Okay. And this is going to, and this works in Illustrator too. Probably Photoshop. I don't know. I don't do a lot of text in Photoshop. Why would you? And it's gonna go through it word by word. So I'm gonna skip this word because it's a proper noun. Why can't I skip it? I didn't mean to. Okay, start, skip. What? Why can't I skip it? Is that it? There's just no other misspelled words in this document? Are you serious? Let me start somewhere else. Nope, goes right back there.
Misspell word.
Do I have open? I'm gonna open long doc. Okay, let's do this one. Type, was it, no, was it? It's edit, it's not type, it's edit, spelling, check spelling. Okay. So now I'm gonna zoom in and it's choosing the word to, because it's not capitalized. That's not exactly what we want. We're gonna skip is okay. So it's doing some grammar editing for me, which I didn't actually ask it to do, but it's going it's going to do that. And you can, it'll give you suggested corrections, and you can also add your own replacement, or you can add it to the dictionary. But in this case, this is actually in Spanish. And I don't want it. Well, let me show you a different, okay, let's back up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay, what's it done? We're gonna choose a different way to do the spelling. We're gonna say edit, spelling, dynamic spelling. Okay, that kind of handles spelling on the fly for us. So you might want this. You might not. You might find it annoying. You might find it really helpful, but it's showing me right away. The other one is word by word by word by word by word. But this is going through kind of like in Microsoft Word. It's putting a zigzaggedy line under everything it doesn't recognize. So here the word flowers is misspelled. So I can right click on that and then choose the correct spelling. It's given me a green jaggedy line under something that is like a grammatical error. So again, I can right click on that, I think. Yes, and then it gives me that option. I can do the same thing for is. Change it to is. Hmm. Excuse me. But if you do have a lot of language that's not English and you get tired of it being flagged, you can, and I need to see my well, let me open the, wait, it might be in spelling. Let me just check. No, done. I don't have my control panel open. How do I, wait, workspace. Advanced, maybe? Okay, I put myself into the advanced workspace, so I lost a little bit of screen space here, but I got all of these properties up at the top that are very helpful. So I'm going to leave that. I kind of like that. So I'm going to choose hermosa, muy hermosa. And then from here, there's all these type properties that I can mess around with. And there's one here called English USA. I can click on that and go down and identify it as Spanish, and now it's not flagged. Okay, and that might be helpful to you. The same thing with this URL here. InDesign doesn't recognize it as English. It's not a foreign language, but we can click on that, and if we scroll down, we go to the top, there's an option for no language. I'm going to click that, and the warning underline goes away. So that's how dynamic spelling works. So you can use either regular spelling check that goes through your document word for word for word for word for word, or you can just have it scan the whole thing and give you visual clues as to what's working and what's not. There's also a find and replace, or find, I know it is find and replace. I think InDesign calls it find and change. Where you can search for something and make edits like throughout the whole document really, really quickly. I use this for me when I'm like coding a web page or something. I use this all the time just to search for mistakes I've made and, change them all at once. And it's a lifesaver. Um, and you may have done this before, like it's a pretty common practice. Command F is the shortcut for it, or you can go to the edit menu and go down to find/change. Okay. Okay. So I need to type something that I want it to look for. So I'm going to have it look for END. And let's see what we get. Find next. Cannot find match. Oh, maybe I'm in the wrong document. Let's look for well, let's look for something like a lot of people when they give you text to work on a document, like some people have this habit of putting 2 spaces between sentences. I've never seen this before. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. It's incorrect. It's like not proper typesetting, and that's something that if you see it in your document, um, I don't know if it's in this document, but I can type 2 spaces and say find next, and it does not find a match. So I guess it doesn't exist in this document, but it's a really handy thing to do. Because I could type 2 spaces in the find what, and then just type 1 space in the change to, and then tell it to go through the entire document and replace any double spaces with 1 space, which is proper, right? That's normal typesetting. You don't put 2 spaces. Like our fonts are designed to be proportional. We don't need that extra space. They do a perfectly good job of providing the space that we need. So find next. So Command F. And you could use this on like almost any software. I use it in the browser all the time, like in Chrome or something like that. Just searching through text, just like Command F, search for a word. And I can tab through all the different instances of that word, and it helps me find what I'm looking for. Are you a hacker?
No.
No, not all. No, not me.
So I just.
No.
The item.
No, not me. I'm not a hacker. Yeah. Okay, let me open, damn, what is the, go back to, I need to go back to the magazine document. Yeah, okay. Okay, type on a path. We did this in Illustrator. And we can do it in InDesign. You can actually put a type on the path. Like, so far, every time we wanted to put type anywhere, we had to make a text frame. But if you have a path and there is a pen tool in InDesign, just like there is in Illustrator, you can create, you can create paths, you can make a circle, you can create vector shapes. We can do that in Illustrator as well. So, so just like in Illustrator, it's a different tool than just the regular type tool. And it's kind of hidden, but if you click on the type tool and wait and hold it down, you're gonna get type on a path tool. And that gives you this cursor with the curvy line through it. And now we can choose any of these paths. And notice, like, as soon as I roll over this middle one here, I get that kind of cursor with like a diamond, or I don't know what that is. And then I can click on it, and then I get I get the cursor, and I can, I mean, you can't see it right now because it's all in black. But I have some text here already. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that text. And now that I already selected it as type and path. So I don't think I have to choose type out a path tool again, but whatever. I clicked on it and I can paste that text onto the path. Now it's a little bit far over to the left for my preference. And this should be very familiar to you from Illustrator. If you choose the selection tool, there's a line right here that you get. And there's a line at the beginning and a line at the end. And you can take that line and move it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, there we go. See how I'm moving the line along the path? So I just want to move it in a little bit. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, so we've got type text on path. There's also let me hit W to see. So maybe the placement of this isn't perfect. See how it's not really centered between these other wavy lines. So what I can do is I can select that and I can go to type on the path, options. So now I have options. We love options, right? We can flip it. I don't think I want to do that. Right now, rainbow just means it just follows a curve. But I could do skew. Interesting. I can do 3D ribbon. I don't know about that. Stair step. Interesting. That might come in handy sometime. You never know. And then gravity. What does gravity do? Oh,
Ooh,
whoa.
fall.
Yeah, I
think
think
so.
we're gonna stick with rainbow. And right now it's aligned to the baseline. That's sort of like the vertical alignment of the text. But I could have it aligned center. So now you can see that the actual path runs through the center of the type. I like that a lot better. I'm gonna say okay. And then I'm gonna click away and we're gonna take a look at it and yes, we like that much better. It flows with the rest of the graphics and yeah, it's working for me. Looks nice. Okay, I've been talking a lot. Do you have any questions? No? Want to keep going? You want a break? No? Just get done. Get done and go home. What's everyone doing for Thanksgiving?
Sleeping, hibernating.
I mean, anyone going far? Where are you going? Where?
LA, LA.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Oh, are you?
Chino Hills and Pomona.
Oh, are you right? Right.
My dad started, yeah, my son has soccer tournament, and then my aunt lives there, so we were like, guess what, we're coming to Thanksgiving. You know, we just combine ourselves. Do you have family there?
Yeah,
Yeah, are you from there?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
I,
where?
I,
All Hills? What's it called?
oh, I said fine. It's like, it's kind of like, West- it's more farmland. It was farmland. Now it's more houses, industrial.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this, actually.
Yeah, my dad's from down there.
Oh, really?
I lived a few years in Hollywood.
Nice.
Yeah, I was, when I was, raising up. Yeah, where are you going? Anywhere? Nowhere. Nowhere? Yeah. My God, it's almost Christmas, jeez.
My son for Christmas just wants Mr. Beast products. That's all he wants. He's like Mr. Beast toys, Feastables, like he just wants and Fortnite. He just wants Mr. Beast and Fortnite crap, and it's just like, oh my God, get a job.
Yeah. Like an 8-year-old to get it.
That's right. Whenever he wants money, he's like, Mom, are there any chores I could do? I'm like, yeah, you could do this. And he's like, nah. Okay, you can do this. Uh-uh.
How much do you give them for floors? Like
I pay him way too much. I give him like $5 or something.
$5? You give them $2 bills.
I know, right?
$2 bills, you can start saving up.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I give him way too much. I spoil him.
That is
I only have one kid. And his dad does not spoil him. Like his dad, like, no screen time. No. I pay him for grades. I give him $20 for every A.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty
And he gets all A's, so I owe him like $100. And he spends it all on Fortnite. He spends it all on video games. They're all.
He must look so cool.
Oh, jeez. But, yeah, I tell you, I enrolled him in a video game design class.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been going to this, game design. Last night was the last class. And, he's built, a fighting game that he named, Meme Fighter.
Right? Something. But he, you know, like. They download characters and import the characters and they don't, I mean, like, they do a little bit of code, but it's more in this environment called Muga or something, I don't know. No, it's not Muga. Yeah, but, frickin'. Oh my God, he loves it so much. Yeah, I can't wait to teach him to program, you know? Yeah, right? I don't know when the right time, I mean, I guess I could start him on it
Whenever he's interested.
whenever he's interested, that makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know, like, let me teach you actual code. You can sit down and type some characters. We're gonna make. At first, we're just gonna make Pong. Okay. Sorry.
You're gonna throw things with it, like, oh, just start.
Yeah, no, we're not doing Fortnite.
For
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
We're not doing Mortal Kombat, we're not doing Fortnite, we're doing Pong. Okay, bear with me, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to teach him. He loves this class so much, yeah. So, all right, okay, for the rest of class, what time is it? 7:09. I want to, go over, graphics. Okay, like adding photos and adding artwork, you know, like Illustrator artwork and things like that. So let me, what was it?
Gotta look at text routes with graphic.
Text routes?
Wraps.
Wraps. Oh yes, we love text wraps. That's part of your final. Yeah.
I know how to do them.
Good. Okay. Let me get to the right place. Brochure A. Okay. Okay. So here is, this should look a little, well, slightly familiar. All these exercise files I've been using. Okay. So the first thing you might want to notice is I have all these frames that don't have anything in them. Okay. Let's put something in them. Put some in them. So I showed you before, like, you make a frame and then you go file and you go place. But you might have a really large document with like a lot of photos and you don't necessarily want to do that 100 times. So what you can do is, okay, I have nothing selected. That's important. Okay. That I have nothing selected. Now I'm going to go file, place. Need to find my folder links. We want what is it that it do? I have a list of images that I want. Okay, kid and shop. We want this one. Okay. We want pink. Okay, I'm going to hold down command so I can pick. So now I have two selected. We want shop flowers and we want succulent. So I've chosen 4 JPEGs that I'm gonna add. Okay, open. Okay, so what I want you to pay attention to here is that I've got this cursor, it's got a thumbnail. But if you look closely, there's a number 4 in parentheses right there. That's telling me that I have 4 images loaded that I can place. So I don't have to go place, 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 place. I can load them all up. And I can actually kind of like scroll through them with the arrow keys. So I'm going to click into this frame and it places that image. I'm going to click into this frame, it places that image. I'm going to click here and it places that one. And if I decide that I don't want this final image, I mean, I could just click and delete, or I can just hit the escape key. I just hit escape and it goes away. And all of these images have been placed. Okay. Where's the, okay. So that's how you would bring in a series of images into your document. You can also, and what's very handy is I'm going to do place again. This time I'm going to choose, I think I have to go to source files, F5. No, that wasn't it. It's under links. I'm looking for HP icons. Okay, so this is an Illustrator file with multiple artboards. You can also do this with a multi-page PDF. So I'm going to select that. And then I'm going to click on this right here. It says show import options. Okay, because I know that this file has more than one page, more than one artboard, I want to have some control over the different artboards that I am importing into my document. So I'm going to click that. And what that does is when I hit open, I get another dialog box. And this is showing me, and I can click these arrows and go through each of the artboards. So I can just import the page I'm looking at. I can import them all, or I can give it a range. So in this case, I'm going to say 1 to 2. And then I'm going to say okay. And I've got a preview here. So I'm going to click on this frame and that drops the first page. And then I'm going to click. Is this actually a frame? I might need to click and drag. Let me see. Oh, okay. There wasn't actually a frame there. I'm going to undo and I'm going to click and drag. to import that one. And it's a little bit big. I'm gonna hold down Command. I'm going, no, I don't want to turn it. I want to scale it down. Hold down Shift. No, that's not what I wanted. Wait.
Control.
Oh, yeah. You know, they changed that. I don't appreciate it.
Use the bait of my
Ah.
existence.
Huh?
Use the bait of my existence.
Okay. No, it didn't work.
Huh?
It didn't work. All right, you know what I can do? Right now it's fitting inside the frame, right? Okay. I'm gonna change the size of the frame. It's gonna crop it, but we can control fitting. Okay. So for graphics, we can crop and we can fit. So I'm gonna go to object fitting, and then there's different options. These are actually in the properties panel in the control bar, but we'll just look at them here in the menu. I can fit frame proportionally, fit content proportionally, and do content aware fit. These other ones don't use very much. I'm going to fit content proportionally. And that brought that down to fit inside of the frame that I created. I'm going to drop that down so it's a little more visible over to the side. And yeah, I'm at the end of my notes, people. I don't understand my next note. What? Okay. Okay. Okay, so when you're in InDesign, there might be a piece of artwork that you created in another program, like Photoshop or Illustrator, and you want to make edits to it, like you want to change the color or something like that. You can actually, InDesign will actually allow you to open it up directly in its default. Okay, this is important. Its default application. I make a point of that because on most Macs, you open a bitmap image, its default application, it's gonna open preview. I'll show you how to fix that. So let's say, for example, this image right here. I can go to edit original. Or I can option double click. I'm just going to choose edit original. And because that was an Illustrator document, it opens up Illustrator for me. And I'm going to choose this. I'm going to change the color to like an orange and say okay. And then I'm going to save. Okay. And fingers crossed, once I go back to InDesign, nothing happened. Okay. Oh, but notice here that I've got, well, both of these actually have a little warning sign on there. So remember how we talked about how when you bring images into InDesign, they're not actually embedded in documents.
You can,
Oh,
it just creates large files.
you can embed them. But it's not optimal, especially if you're working on a very large document. So this is giving me a warning saying that this file has been edited from its original. So, there's a few ways I can deal with that. I can open up the links panel. Okay. Open that up, and then right there's, it says HP logos, and it's got a 2 parentheses. It tells me that I imported 2 artboards or 2 pages from the document, and then it's got a warning sign. So there's different things you can do. You can select that, and there's a update button right here, or you can double click on the triangle, or you can just click on the warning. I'm going to click on this one too, even though I didn't actually change that page. I just clicked on the warning signal, one click, and it updated that file. Now, if I were to make changes to this one, if I did edit original, it's, for me, because of the way my laptop's set up, and this, something similar might happen with Windows, it's not gonna open it up in Photoshop automatically. For me, it's gonna open it up in preview, which is not what I want. I can choose instead edit with, and then I can go to Photoshop, and come on now. Where is it? Where is it? Christ. Are you serial right now? I can't choose anything. Okay, cancel. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, I don't know why that box was open. So let's just say I want to brighten that. Okay, let's make a adjustment layer for brightness contrast. Crank up the brightness a little bit. Very good. Save. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. Go back to InDesign, and did it do it? I think it just did it automatically. Or not. I can't really tell. Can't really tell. I can click on it and hit that or that. Let's just assume it did. Okay. Let's just go with that. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that answer. Yeah, I like it. I like it. So it's how you would edit a file in its original application. Um, that's pretty much it for today.
Next week, or not next week, obviously we have the week off. That's class. We'll talk about color. And the weird fact that InDesign calls white paper. Okay. What if your paper isn't white? What if
You
you're
have
printing
wrong
on
paper.
brown paper? I have issues. I have issues. But. Okay. Yeah, thank you for coming. Those of you who still come to us, I really appreciate it. Would be really lonely without you. Right, how would I know? How would I know?
All right, you guys have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Eat lots of turkey. Don't forget that the cranberry sauce goes on the stuffing and the gravy goes on the turkey. Everyone always gets it wrong.
The cranberry sauce goes nowhere because I'm allergic.
You're allergic to cranberries? We'll get you back to Los Banos.
This means more for my dad.
You're allergic? You can't drink cranberry juice? I drink cranberry juice every morning.
Sounds like I'm getting killed.
You too, my mom. Yeah, I have every morning, first thing I do, cranberry spritzer.
You want to give up a finish mine? Ignore him, he's fine. He's doing.
I like the broken line.
He's not a magazine, but he is adorable.
I'm very well.
He's ready to go swimming. I'm not opening InDesign on this computer because it's gonna be like, oh, there's missing links. Can you tell my relationship with InDesign?
Hate it?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go shift it. Just.
Oh, you showed me this.
Yeah, but this is it completed. I finished it. So yes. I changed, yeah, I think it's next rest. Then, so I changed the table of contents. I made all of the backgrounds lighter. Rock spiral.
That cares. That's what that's called.
Official forms. Official forms.
My mom was in there. I got when my son was little, they would go out and make. Are you gonna print it out?
She is. She's going, the
Who is-
professor, Yolanda.
Oh, Yolanda, yeah.
She's going to get them professionally printed.
You know, she was my student.